Welcome back to the MMA Fight Round. UFC Mexico is taking place this weekend, and I'm going to give you guys my best bets for the card. Thanks for tuning in. If you are new, it is your boy Chris. Follow the Instagram at MMA Fight Round if you want to keep updated on the fighters after the weigh-ins. I also got fight announcements, live odds. Follow the Instagram at MMA Fight Round. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of these bets. All right, let's get into it, guys. So, first things first, lock of the week. 3-1 with lock of the week since I made the channel, and this week we're looking to stay consistent with not picking big favorites. So I'm going with -155 Yair Rodriguez. This guy's coming off his fight against Alexander Volkanovski, a title fight where Volk did take him down whenever he needed it, but I think Volk planned to take him down less than he did in that fight because he was trying to stand with him, but he couldn't because Yair was having a lot of moments on the feet. Yair is a phenomenal striker. He has finishing power, technical. He knows where to apply it. He knows where to apply his punches, where to apply his kicks to put your lights out. And Volkanovski couldn't deal with it. Eventually had to take him down. And same thing with Max Holloway, one of the best strikers at 145. Yair Rodriguez was pacing him up. Max had to change the game plan and take Yair down. Now, what happened in those two fights? Yair worked his way back up, but it wasn't enough on the scorecards. Now, against Brian Ortega, 2 years, a guy who has not fought in 2 years. This guy and his last opponent was Yair Rodriguez. So, Yair Rodriguez, the activity is there. The amount of time and the amount of takedowns this guy has withstood since he has fought Brian Ortega, you would have to be aware by now that guys don't want to stand with him. Guys just want to take him down, and he's going to be ready for it. So give me Yair Rodriguez taking on a guy who has not fought in 2 years as my lock of the week at -155. I think this is a great these are great odds to be catching this guy against Brian Ortega, who I think is really just looking to get active again. I think he's very happy to be back in the cage, but against a number 3 ranked featherweight, it's not going to go well. Now, let's get into the props, guys. So, my lock of the week, Yair Rodriguez, by knockout, is at +180. +180 is, I think this is, you got to throw some chalk. Like, this is ridiculous. Yair Rodriguez by knockout is live. I mean, Ortega has not fought in 2 years. I just said this. And everybody he's faced has had their way against him on the feet. You've seen him not wear it well against Max Holloway. He was looking beat up. And I just said Yair Rodriguez was piecing up Max Holloway himself. Yair Rodriguez was having success on the feet. Max had to take him down. Yair is going to definitely have something for Brian Ortega this weekend in Mexico. He's going to want to shine. Yair Rodriguez by knockout, +180. I'm going to put some chalk on that. Next one, Manuel Torres. Loco Torres, first round or second round knockout. That is going to be a live play. I mean, a live prop that I'm going to put some money on that. I do not have the odds for you guys because it's not on my sports book, so I can't even place the bet yet myself. But I'm going to be placing that bet because Manuel Torres, man, this guy has not seen the scorecards since 2018. Talking about 6 years, okay? This guy leaves his all in there. It's knockout or finish or bust for him. And the majority of the time, he's getting his hand raised. So this guy's getting the job done. 5-fight win streak. He's not even seeing a second round in the UFC yet. So, I mean, first round knockout for the prop piece is live. Second round knockout prop piece, I think, might even be live too because Chris Duncan is durable. He is durable. But opponents do have success against Chris Duncan. And now he's taking on Manuel Torres, where he's going to be at a height and reach disadvantage. Give me Manuel Torres to knock out Chris Duncan. I do not know what the odds are for it, but like I said, I'm going to be placing that bet. I'll mention it in the comments when I do what the odds were, but don't have it for you right now, guys. Next one that I do not have the odds for you guys as well is Lazy Boy Luis Rodriguez by knockout or TKO. This guy is taking on Dennis Bondar. I mentioned it in the picks video. I do not think Bondar is UFC caliber, and this altitude is going to play a big factor for all these fighters, but I don't think it's going to play a big factor for Lazy Boy. Why? Because it's his hometown. He's got his 16 wins, all came in Mexico. Some came in his hometown of New Mexico, where we are fighting at altitude this weekend. So this guy is prepared, man. He's prepared for the altitude. He brings his all in his fights. I mean, he fights like a dog in there. So, and he was a dog at one point in this fight. So I think the knockout prop, I do not have the odds for it yet, but I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to definitely place that bet. Another one that I will let you guys know in the comments what it was, what the odds were when I did place that bet. And I have some notable prop mentions that I might, two I'm definitely not taking, but for you Ortega and Francisco Prado fans, I got some props for you. But Brandon Moreno, I got one as well. So let's get into it. Brian Ortega, if you are thinking that he could get this one done, which I don't, I just mentioned Yair Rodriguez is my lock of the week, but I got to give you guys some notable prop mentions. Anybody who's hating on Yair Rodriguez this weekend, I got something for you. Ortega by submission is sitting at plus 300. I think that's a good prop for the guy. And Francisco Prado, 12-1, 21-year-old, a lot of knockouts, taking on Daniel Zellhuber. I got Daniel Zellhuber to win that one. I think Prado is going to struggle in that fight. But if you see him winning, I do see him only winning by knockout. His prop by knockout is sitting at plus 550 right now. That's another one. That's great that you could you don't even have to throw much on that one, and you'll make something there. And this one that I probably will take a chance on, Brandon Moreno by decision is at plus 140. He tends to go to decision against high level talent in his weight class, and I do still consider Brandon Royval to be high level talent in his weight class. So I might take a jab at Brandon Moreno at plus 140, but Ortega by submission and Francisco Prado by knockout, I'm going to leave those two alone for you Francisco Prado and Ortega fans. All right, there you guys have the notable prop mentions and the props for the week. Now, dog of the week, guys. I'm looking to get a W on dog of the week of this channel. I have yet to get a W on this channel for dog of the week. I am transparent. I'll let you guys know everything of how this goes, man. It is what it is, you know. You gotta roll with the punches here, just like these fighters do. Now, dog of the week for this week is Jesus Aguilar. This guy, I'm taking the Mexican native here. This guy, I know he's got the short reach. He's gonna have the short reach against all of his opponents. He knows that he's got the short reach. He's got a game plan for that. And Mateus Mendonça makes a lot of mistakes against all of his opponents. Makes a lot of mistakes. I'm looking for Jesus Aguilar to take advantage of those mistakes. And this guy, if you heard him in Media Day, he's devoted a lot to this camp. It's been his hardest camp. He shut down his business for this, moved away from his family for this. He's leaving his all in this cage this weekend. And I do see him getting his hand raised against Mateus Mendonça. I'm going with the plus 124 dog Jesus Aguilar to get it done this weekend. That's going to be my dog of the week for UFC Mexico. Let's get into the parlays, guys. I got a couple parlays for you that are all plus money and just one, well, they're not all, just one that is minus money, but it's real close. Let's break it down. I got the two legs. Yair Rodriguez and Muhammad Naimov at -106. That's the only minus parlay you're going to hear out of me. I like these two against their matchups. I think it's clear how they can get it done. I mentioned how Yair is going to get it done. And Muhammad Naimov taking on Eric Silva. Come on. I mentioned it in the picks video. This is a step down in competition for Naimov. They just need to execute the game plan, these two, and -106. Not a bad parlay piece for these two. I would definitely put some money on that. Now, the next one, Yair Rodriguez and Manuel Torres at +153. Got two guys with finishing power, but also technical, who are taking on guys who do not deal with technical strikers very well. So at +153, I like these odds for that 2-leg. And I got a 3-leg parlay for you guys, which is Felipe Dos Santos, Luis Rodriguez, and Edgar Chairez at +244. Felipe, who his only loss is to Manel Kape in his career, and he took it on short notice, went all the way to decision against one of the top 5 ranked in his weight class. So he's gonna look to show the world what he could do on a full camp, and I'm looking forward to it. I think he's gonna get it done this weekend. And Luis Rodriguez, I already mentioned how he can get it done earlier in this video. And Edgar Chairez taking on Daniel Lacerda. Once we get past that first round, it's gonna be Edgar Chairez all the way. The altitude is against a guy who is already known to have just one round, and now we're fighting at altitude. It's just a recipe for disaster for Daniel Lacerda, and I think Edgar Chairez is going to take advantage of that. So +244 for that 3-leg parlay. I think that's a great 3-leg. And there you guys have it. Those are my best bets for UFC Mexico. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Peace.